Welcome to today's Explainer. I am absolutely pumped to be your guide today. Think of me as your friendly, upbeat real estate agent, and together we're going to take a tour through literally one of the biggest choices you'll ever make in your adult life: renting versus buying a home. Now, I know right now you're probably just focused on finishing high school, surviving your finals, and, figuring out your weekend plans. But before you know it, you're going to be out there in the real world, needing a place of your own. So grab your keys and let's get this tour started.
Okay, let's just dive right in. I want you to imagine your life right after graduation. Where do you see yourself in, say, 5 years? Are you backpacking across Europe, moving to a huge city for a shiny new job, or maybe you're heading back to your hometown to settle down and get a dog? Well, believe it or not, your answer to that specific question unlocks the door to your entire financial future.
Because picking a place to live, it isn't just a boring math problem about money. It's really about choosing between two completely different lifestyles. Do you want the ultimate freedom to just pack up and go? Or do you want the ultimate control to build your own personal kingdom? The housing market essentially gives you two main paths.
Let's step up to the first property on our tour. Door number 1, renting, the ultimate subscription service.
I really like to think of renting as a monthly subscription for your shelter. You pay a fee, you get to use the space, and when you're done, you can easily cancel. And honestly, this comes with some amazing freedoms. First off, ultimate moving flexibility. If you get a sudden job offer in a totally new state, you just give your landlord 30 days notice, pack your bags, and you are out of there. You also get great short-term savings because you don't need tens of thousands of dollars saved up for a massive down payment. Plus, you completely avoid paying property taxes. But the absolute best perk? Zero maintenance responsibilities.
Picture this. It's 2 a.m. on a freezing Tuesday, and boom, a water pipe suddenly breaks, completely flooding your bathroom. If you're renting, you just pick up the phone, call the landlord, go right back to sleep, and they have to fix it for free. But if you own that house, well, you better grab them up, open up your wallet, and get ready to pay a plumber a whole lot of money out of your own pocket. Renting gives you serious peace of mind. But you knew there was a catch, right? While renting sounds completely stress-free, it definitely has limitations. For starters, when your one-year lease is up, your landlord can just suddenly increase your rent. You also have to play by their rules. Want to adopt a golden retriever? The landlord might flat out say no, or they might charge you extra pet rent every single month. You also can't paint your bedroom walls neon green or upgrade those ugly kitchen cabinets. But the biggest catch of all? Zero equity. That means when you move out, you never see a single penny of your rent money ever again. It is gone forever.
So let's move right along to our next option. Door number 2, home ownership, the ultimate sandbox.
If renting is a subscription service, buying a house is the ultimate creative sandbox. When you own the home, you get to toss all those annoying landlord rules right out the window. Want to adopt 5 dogs? Do it. Want to paint literally every room a different color? Go crazy. In fact, if you want to rip up the living room carpet and build an indoor skate park, well, you can totally go for it. I mean, it's your house. You have absolute creative expression and customization.
But honestly, the real game changer of homeownership isn't the skate park. It's a magic little word called equity. Let's define that super simply. Equity is basically a forced savings account in the shape of a house. See, every time you make your monthly mortgage payment, you aren't just throwing that money away like rent. A portion of that money goes toward paying off the house itself. It's like putting cash into a giant house-shaped piggy bank that you can break open later if you ever decide to sell.
It all boils down to this. When you rent, your monthly payments are quietly building your landlord's net worth. You are literally buying them a house. But when you buy, your payments are building your own long-term wealth. Over time, as your home hopefully goes up in value and as you pay down your loan, you are growing your own personal financial footprint. Which brings us to Section 3, hidden costs and heavy lifting, the real responsibilities of owning.
Look, before you go rushing out to buy a mansion, you've got to remember that owning a home comes with some serious hidden costs. With great power comes great financial responsibility. You don't just pay the sticker price. You have a monthly payment that experts call the PITI payment. That stands for principal, which is paying off the actual house itself, interest, which is the fee the bank charges you for borrowing their money, taxes, which you owe to your local government every year, and insurance to protect your home from things like fires or storms. All of these add up really fast, making your actual monthly bill way higher than you might initially think. And here is the cold, hard math that absolutely shocks a lot of first-time buyers. Homeowners need to save 1 to 4% of their home's total value every single year just for routine maintenance.
So to put that into perspective, if you buy a $300,000 house, you need to expect to spend up to $12,000 a year just fixing the roof, replacing the air conditioner, or mowing the lawn. Remember that broken water pipe we talked about earlier? Yeah, that 1 to 4% is the money you'll be using to pay that plumber.
Owning also kind of limits your flexibility. Let's say you get an amazing opportunity to travel the world for a year. If you're renting, you just pack your bags and leave when the lease is up. Super easy. But if you own the home, oh boy, you have to fix up the house, hire an agent, put it on the real estate market, wait for a buyer, and handle a literal mountain of paperwork during the closing process. It takes months, and it can be incredibly stressful.
All right, let's head into Section 4, Matching Homes to Life Goals. Which key fits your future?
As we wrap up our tour today, it's time to figure out what fits you best, because housing isn't one size fits all. We need to match your specific life stage and your personal goals to the right door. Real estate experts use something called the 5-year rule. Because buying a house comes with so many massive upfront costs, like closing fees and huge down payments, it usually only makes financial sense if you plan to stay in the exact same spot for at least 5 years. If you're fresh out of school and just exploring your options for the next year or two, or maybe you're planning on landing a job in a new city in 3 years, renting is almost certainly your best bet. It gives you the time to just figure out who you are and where you want to be.
So, let's summarize the whole shebang. If your life goal right now involves job hopping or traveling the world, renting is hands down your best choice. If you want total creative freedom, zero landlord rules, and a bunch of pets, buying is definitely for you. If you have absolutely no savings for a massive down payment right now, stick to renting for sure. But if you are ready to put down roots, stay in one place for over 5 years, and build long-term financial wealth, then buying is the key to your future.
And that brings us to the end of our explainer tour today. I want to leave you with this final provocative thought. In just a year or two, your lease on high school is going to be officially up. You are stepping into true independence. So when you look at the life ahead of you, what kind of foundation do you want to build? Will you be a world-traveling renter or a wealth-building homeowner with a custom indoor skate park? The choice is entirely up to you. Thanks so much for joining me on this tour, and I'll catch you on the next explainer.